Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of early spring in the garden. Please check out part 1, which I made for you, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel, and also hit the notify button. So even though it's the first day of spring here in Australia, I've already got bananas from the garden to enjoy. Yep, these are winter ripened bananas grown at Fruitopia. Isn't it amazing? These ones back here are ready to eat, and as you can see with organic bananas, they ripen across. So these will be, by the time we finish these will be ready. So grow your own bananas here in Melbourne. Very easily done. And it's all year round, not only in summer. So bananas, avocados, guava, black sapote, white sapote, all coming very easily here in the cooler temperate climate. Yum. Very sweet. Small, but sweet. Don't be fooled by the size. Wow. It's just like the tropics. Just like the tropics on the first day of spring. I get a lot of questions on what do I use on the plants. Well, this is what I use on the plants, except for this one here, which is new. I've never used go-go juice. It's a new one for me. I mean, they've been out for many years, but first time I'm going to be trying this one here. It's an alternative to the one that I've been using for many years, which is sea salt. So we'll see what this does for Fruitopia. And of course the eco oil for the pests, such as scale, which I get on the white sapote, mites, which I don't get, aphids, which I get, oh boy do I get aphids all over the place. Whitefly, not a problem. I mean, I have it, but not a big problem. And leaf miner, which I don't care about. That sorts itself out. You don't need to spend money on that. But scale and aphids, oh boy, what a menace. And of course, potash. A lot of potash, guys. I've got 3 bags. I wish they would have a bigger size than these little bags. And superphosphate. And then I use rock minerals too. And a ton of compost, which came in yesterday from Bunnings. Bunnings is Australia's version of Lowe's or Home Depot. We're not allowed to go out of our homes because we're in a curfew. Sorry, we're in a lockdown, and you can't travel more than 3 miles from your house. And my nearest Bunnings is 4 miles. So if I get caught there, it's a $500 fine. So I paid $40 for delivery, which is a lot cheaper than the fine, right? And I got some potting mix for some of the pots that I'm gonna upsize over spring. Yeah, big order, but I do it twice a year. I'm underneath the Glen mango tree at the front. I gave it a small trim yesterday because the two branches there were right here. See that? 1, 2. They were going down. They were almost touching the ground. They were down here, right? And I don't want anything down here. So I got rid of them, which I don't, normally do. You're not meant to prune mango in spring, but that was just something on my mind for the last few months. So I did it before the tree starts its growth pushing growth. It's sort of ready to do that any day now. Hang on. You can see they're ready to push forward. Ready to push. All around. So now it's more uniform without anything touching the ground down there. I don't like that. See how it's perfect? Yeah, that's how we like it. One of the toughest trees to grow here in Melbourne is this guy here. Panama berry, Jamaica berry. It's got many names. It looks like it might survive, because it's still green. See how it's green? I've never had one survive before. And then once we hit the middle, right in the middle here, it starts going brown and stays brown all the way to the top. All the way to the top, it's dead. So, again, crossing my fingers that the Panama berry can do what's right and please me. Let's have a check. Yeah, it's very much alive. Very much so. But all these side branches are toast. And so is the top half. I tried, guys, up against the fence for winter protection, right? With guava, mandarin tree, pine tree, banana. So I've tried to do the best I can for it. The other Panama berry that I had just a few meters away is complete toast all the way to the bottom. So that's why I've always said, when you're doing an experiment, don't buy one. Don't buy one, guys. Buy minimum 2, preferably 3 or 4 for the experiment. This one's toast. So does Panama berry survive in Melbourne? The answer is yes and no, because this one is a no and the other one's a yes. Same fence, same sun exposure, same protection from the pine tree, the banana, right? Almost identical, almost. So what can you say? Gotta love spring with all the spring flowers. Check that out. Wow, so magical. Pretty, pretty, pretty. The pomegranates are all awake, doing their thing with their beautiful rustic red leaves here. Nice. More pomegranate. I have a slightly different shade of red and orange on the leaves according to the variety. The latest persimmons I purchased last summer have just woken up. I planted them in the ground at the height of summer when we were having temperatures in the 30s. Just before the height of summer, in December. And look at this. They've woken up. This is the Hachia, the astringent variety. Beautiful. My favorite persimmon of all. Wakey wakey. Waking up. Hachia. Astringent Persimmon. This is the other variety I got together with the Hachia. The Hachia, by the way, is also known as Nightingale. This one is called Suruga or Surugja, not sure. This is non-astringent. It's meant to be a sweeter version of Fuyu. It says very sweet. Anything very sweet has got my attention. And these are only a year old, or 2 years old from inception. This one, the Suruja or Suruga, hasn't quite broken from dormancy, but it's ready to any day. Any day now. Yeah. And look what I did with the banana stems on both the persimmon here and there, and on the carob. See that? What I'm doing with the banana trunks after the fruit is harvested. It's looking like another record crop of red Sapote mulberry. There's literally not hundreds, there's thousands. Thousands. There's no way you can count them. Right? Still a dwarf size, which is how we want it. Easy to reach, easy to cover. Right? It's only 1.8 meters. Even 1.6 if I take off that there chop. So very nice and small. That's what you want. Dwarf. Currently the sun is behind this ash tree, so it's shaded, but usually it gets at least 8 hours of sun a day. Still waiting on the carob. Don't know when these are ready. These are the first ever carobs I've grown, but they're full size, same size as the little bananas I just ate. Nice. First year crop, can you believe it? Immediately after planting in the ground, within weeks. As for the papayas, guys, it's a story of good and bad. This one here seems to have done the best. There's actually 2 of them that have done okay, or survived okay. The other 3, dodgy. Well, actually 1 is dead. This one is dead, completely dead. Whatever you do, do not order the Sunrise Solo in Victoria. You won't make it. This one and the other one, fried. I got 2 of them. See the difference? With one papaya and another, literally 2 meters apart, 6 feet apart. And the one you want to go for is a torpedo. Both torpedoes have survived. The dwarf torpedo, right? That's what the experiment is about. I was told not to do this, not to do that. Well, I did all that. It's irrelevant. They told me not to mulch it. Well, I mulched it only around the edge, not inside the center. In here, there's no, well, there is moisture at the bottom on the soil, right? But you're gonna have moisture there anyway, whether you put this down or not. So this is to break down. So just keep it all away from the trunk. I check here every few days, so it doesn't touch. That's all you need to do. And it's worked. It's alive. This is the other torpedo that has survived, but it's not looking as good as the other one, right? It's not looking as good, but the trunk is still fine. All the way down. There's no signs of rot. None. And nothing's touching down at the bottom. So hopefully, over the next month, both of them will start regrowing. That's the plan. This is the other Sunrise Solo. Stay clear of this variety. Look, right in the middle. It's had it. It's had it. This one has survived pretty well. Still a little early. Got to wait till the end of August to get a full summary or a full what do you call it? A full final report, whether it's gonna make it or not, or come back. It's the Sri Lankan red. There's no death along the trunk, which is what I look for. Don't worry too much about the top up there. The trunk, is the trunk surviving? Because these babies can always shoot out left, right and center if the trunk's fine. Don't worry about that up there. Doesn't matter. And as you can see, there's even a bit of life in there. See that? Still. And now with this warm weather, hopefully there's some more activity. The white Sapote mulberry is waking up, the big monster, which I have to literally butcher the heck out of 3 or 4 times every year. I planted it in the wrong place, the wrong position. Be very careful with the white Sapote. Okay? Be very, very careful. Especially if you have power lines right above it. I didn't expect it to have a trunk bigger than my head in 5 years. That's the KP seedling I showed you the other day, removing the net. I might give you some go-go juice and see if that sparks it off to grow back. It's meant to be a miracle juice, a bit like the American Miracle Grow. We'll see. Paxton Prolific, Custard Apple, has done fine over winter. These guys can survive Melbourne's winter, no problem. Especially when they get to this age, 5, 6, 7 years old. They can take as much frost as you can throw at them. But when they're young, no way. They have to spend the first 2 years in a greenhouse. So that's the only custard apple that came of decent size. The other ones are like irrelevant. So I'm hoping that, well, this one ripens on a tree, and we get some sweet, yummy atemoya for our trouble. Hawaiian Supreme white sapotes are coming, so really happy to see that. They took a couple of years off, just giving us, you know, the odd fruit here and there, but this year looks like we're going to get at least 50. This is my favorite variety. And speaking of white sapote, we're still eating white sapote now in spring, which has never happened before. They usually are late autumn, early winter fruit here in Melbourne, but with this Vernon, hallelujah, we're going to be enjoying white sapote right into spring. Here's one right here. We've been eating one every other day. Look at that beauty. These are a little smaller than the other varieties, but who cares? They pack a punch. And look at all the flowers for next season. Amazing. Up there we have a black sapote, the only fruit that we got this year. I'm hoping for many more to come in 2022. That's grown into a nice big tree, coming up to 2.5, 2.6 meters. And that's in ground, of course. We're gonna eventually have 5 different varieties in ground by the end of summer. And I'll finish off here with the Wampy, which has really done well over winter. Over winter it decided to get bushy and spread out, and now at the end of winter it's starting to push new growth and hopefully flower set. So nice. I've got about 5 of these in the greenhouse coming as seedlings, and they're doing really well. Wampy. This one is 7 years old. They're very slow growing. It's only up to my chest. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this part 2 of the beginning of spring in Melbourne. It's a ripper, 25 Celsius, and tomorrow 26. Wow. Oh my God, it feels so good to be back in bliss. Don't forget to check out part 1, and we'll see you all from the next video. Bye guys. This is the passion fruit that's been fruiting all winter. We've had about 5 or 6 over July and August. Nice.